Hey YouTube, Matches 860. Got the old Friday Savinelli packed with Billy Bud from Cornell and Diehl. Coming up this month on 25 years at my current job. I always think back to when I first started there. I was hired while the building was still under construction, doing administrative work and helping the director get things ready for opening. Used to spend a lot of time in the building while it was being built. Figuring out how different things were going to work and whatnot. Not knowing at that time that I was going to end up actually being hired and staying on. That came about a little bit later. But used to go over to the building while it was under construction and marveled at all the tradespeople. There were these electricians used to load up shopping carts with all the supplies that they needed for the day. Wall switches, outlets, whatever. They'd push these carts down the hallways, stopping one apartment, going on to the next. Of course, the shopping carts got beat to heck, and the electricians were always like marking stuff on the drywall before the wallpaper went up, where certain junction boxes were and stuff like that. I think they'd test the paint cans on the shopping carts. Anyway, they were a real mess. Came down to the end of construction, and it was announced that we were going to try and get a certificate of occupancy, which, if you've ever been through that, it's very nerve-wracking. Everything's got to be perfect, right in place, just like you were operating. But of course, you can't have anybody moving in until you get the certificate. Turns out the electricians left one of these shopping carts in the building. The director said, "You got to get rid of that thing. It's not going to look good sitting around during the inspection." Well, I didn't have a dumpster because construction was over. They took the construction dumpster away. All I had was a trash compactor that was connected to a trash chute. So couldn't get rid of the cart that way. Decided I'd load it in the back of my truck and drop it off at the nearest grocery store, which was right on my way home. So at the end of the day, wheeled the cart out to the truck and loaded it on, and I remember thinking, this thing's a mess. Hope I can do this without getting caught. Starting on my way home, get to the shopping center. People coming and going with shopping carts, and I kind of look in the rearview mirror at the one I got, and this thing was going to stick out like a sore thumb. Fluorescent paint on it, and dried drywall compound, and construction dust. Managed to pull over to the side of the grocery store, figuring not as many people would see me. Opened up the tailgate, pulled this cart out, wheeled it over to the curbing. Dying laughing, getting back in the truck, looking at this thing. Drove away. Next morning, driving by the grocery store to see if the cart was still there, or if maybe it had sort of been assimilated into the rolling stock. Didn't see the cart, so I figured all is good. About 2 days later, I was driving into work. About half a mile from the building. Right on somebody's front lawn, there's this cart. Fluorescent paint and all. It was the most embarrassing situation, because I knew it probably could never be pinned to me, but just got these shivers up my back when I saw the thing. For a good week or 2 weeks after that, every day that cart showed up somewhere else. Parked up against a phone pole along the side of the road, out in front of a bank, just sitting on a sidewalk somewhere. It was awful. But anyway, yeah, we got the certificate of occupancy, and they asked me if I'd stay and help to get the place started, at least for a year. And did that and had a really good time doing it, so I stayed on. Seems like yesterday, but it's 25 years. It's my little story as I puff on my Billy Bud. Thanks an awful lot for joining me. Hope you had a good time.